Hey guys, what's up? So today we've got an interesting video for you. This is something that I had been wanting to get my hands on for a while, and I just finally got one. So this is an RC school bus done by Driven, by, I think that's Batat. I don't know how you say that. I don't know if I said that right. So this is the same company that made the real tiny, like vehicles. I don't know if you guys ever have seen them. I should have fished out the one I have. I just don't know where it's at. Ever since I moved, I honestly couldn't even tell you where that little bus is at. But anyway, so this is like they have an RC line that they do now. You can see right here you've got an ambulance, garbage truck, and a what is that? A lift truck. So there's a few vehicles you can get, and of course the school bus is one of them. So I haven't taken it out of the box because I wanted to, kind of do that with all you guys and, show you the whole thing. So I'm really impressed with what I've seen of it so far, from what I can see that it does on the actual box. Now, the one thing I will say is this thing is huge. I did not realize how big this was, so when they were popping up on eBay, and I was thinking, 40, 50 bucks, I don't understand why. This is a Hot Wheels bus. Comparatively, it is huge. So I think they did a fantastic job with this, just the size and scale-wise. They've even got it to where the roof opens up from front and back. Like if a kid wanted to put their action figures or whatever in it, they could do that. And of course, it does light up and make sound. So let's go ahead and look at the box real quick, and then we'll take a look at it. So this does say try me. Granted, it doesn't work. The box says it comes with 6 batteries in the bus, and then you just need batteries for the remote control. So we'll see. But you've got a picture of the bus, and it says lights and sounds, Driven. There's your picture of it with the lights on and the door open, the stop sign open. My hope is that this stop sign, when you hit the little lights, because there's a button here, like right here, there's a button that I assume would turn on the ambers and then the reds, because it's got a picture, like there's a picture of the bus with the stop sign out, and there's a picture of the bus with not, with the stop sign in. So my hope is that this, like, is thrown out, like you don't have to do it. But we'll see. So moving to the other side of the box, you've got your Driven logo, and then it says, "Are you driven? We're always about tough trucks and work vehicles that are taking play to new places, carrying loads of imagination and delivering tons of fun. Driven by Batat is designed with working components to encourage discovery. These machines don't just look cool, they also have amazing functions. Open the door, fire up the engine, turn on the headlights, and get going." So there's your look at the bus again. Now, I have to say this bus does actually look really well. Obviously it's not licensed in any way, but for what it is, I think they did a fantastic job. So RC school bus, because the crew depends on you. It says realistic lights and sounds, large passenger compartment, 2.4 gigahertz, control distance 100 feet. So there's a look at your bus again. Let's see, press buttons to control service door and stop sign. So it does look like the door and stop sign do open with the controls. Press button for horn, press button for ignition. Over here, there's your lights and stop sign out. You've got the roof slides open and closed, and then the rear door also opens, so that's a cool feature. Let's see, it says Tough Rigs, Real Play. And then if you flip the box over, granted that's the wrong way, this is all the information, but it does say, if you're wondering where is it, it says 6 double A's in the bus, so we'll see if that's true. So the bus itself needs 6 double A's, and then the remote control needs 2 triple A's. So let's go ahead and take a look. The one other thing I will show you guys, you can probably see it, but behind the bus there is a CE. So that's pretty cool. When I get the bus out, we'll take a better look at that. So let's go ahead and open it and see what we can get. Now the box itself opens pretty easily. It's just got a tab, and then it opens up. I kind of opened it before just to see how it went. But you have your flaps, and then this part pulls off. Now the remote, it looks like, I haven't really looked into this, so I'm not sure how the remote, you might just have to turn these little pieces here. Yeah, I bet that's what it is. We'll see here in a minute if this falls out. So I'm going to go ahead, oh, maybe, let's see. I'm not sure. I'm going to go ahead and mess around with this, and then we'll come back to it. Okay, so the way that comes off is these are just little screws that hold it in, which this is an improvement over when I was a kid. Stuff like this would either be screwed in with actual screws or it would be twist tied. So this was a lot easier. It's just plastic screw. But here's the remote. You can see your different controls for the lights and your forward, reverse, and then your turn. There's your horn and then your ignition. So that's the remote control, pretty simple. Let's go ahead and get the bus out, if I can do this one-handed. Hold on a second. Okay, so what I didn't realize was the mirrors were catching. That's what made it so hard to get out. But this does have mirrors on it, so that is pretty cool. So there's your CE that's behind it. You can tell that they took the roof logo and the hood emblem off so that they wouldn't have to pay for licensing or anything like that. So the bus itself is also, well, before I get to that, in the bottom we have this little card that says driven, and it says how do cars work, answer and driven's guide for kids, and there's a QR code. And then right here are your instructions that just kind of walk you through everything on the bus. So the bus is also anchored just like the remote control with the little plastic screws. So this is actually really easy to like take apart and, you know, do like that. So you saw how I did it. I literally can do it one-handed because, you know, holding the camera. So let's see. Now the bus should be free, I think. Well, let's lift it up. Maybe. 1 second here. There's something else holding this in place. Let's see. Oh, I literally missed one in the middle. Hold on. See? It's like I didn't even see it. Alright. 1 moment. Okay, so now that all those are actually gone, we can flip this back over and the bus should come off, maybe. Okay. Let's go ahead and move that. Real quick, we'll take a look at this CE. This is the CE that's on the back of the box. So obviously Kentucky spec and somewhat newer because it's got the bold school bus signs. So yeah, that's what the image behind the bus looks like. Alright, so here's your bus. It's pretty sizable. There's the front side where the stop sign is. Let's look at your back. Here's the back of the bus. Of course, the rear door does open, so that's a nice touch. There's your school bus signs, and then if I can position it, here's your passenger side. Looks like there's a piece of tape over the entrance door. Let's see if I can get that off one-handed. Maybe. Alright, now that that's off, let's see, will this door open? It may not open. Well, the door is, that's interesting. On the box, I swear it shows it opening, maybe from that angle. So the door doesn't open the correct way, but I would say that's because the mechanism to open it had to go over here versus over here because there probably wasn't a lot of space for it. So that's, you know, the door. I'll go ahead and open the sliding roof. You can see inside there's seats. The horn is like the steering wheel is honkable, so when it actually has power to it, it should honk. Let's see here. And then there's the back of the bus. You can see rear door opens. So let's go ahead. well, I didn't even show you the underneath. So here's the underneath of the bus. The front axle does turn, which is awesome. And then it looks like you will need a screw to get batteries into this bus, which it should have batteries already in it, so we'll see how that goes. I'm going to go ahead and get some batteries in the remote, and we will pick back up. So I do want to note at the back of the bus there's an on and off switch. It also has the try me position for when it's in the store. Now I haven't, it would appear that there's not batteries in this because when I turn it on, nothing happens. Either that or the batteries are dead from being, to try me. But I'm going to go ahead and get a screwdriver, see what's in here, and we will go from there. Okay, so after a operator error, I finally got the bus to work. So I misread. I don't know where I got AAA's from. I probably read that when I read off the box, and it most certainly says AA's. But for whatever reason, I thought it said AAA's, so I put AAA's in here, and that wasn't working. So they've got AA's in it. So this has 2 AA's, and the bus has 6 AA's, so 8 AA's total. You flip the switch on the remote, you should have a little light on. And then the switch on the bottom of the bus, which is on the other side. If I can find it, maybe. Where are we at? So the bus kind of flips itself on, but I will... Oh, hold on. So the ignition you can turn off and on. But basically what you got here is your ignition start, your horn, which you can also honk by putting your finger on the wheel. Now let's see if I can do this correctly. You've got your turnable axle, your reverse, forward, and then we'll back it up a little bit. So you've got your amber warning lights on the front and the back. I'm not sure if they're on a timer, because when I was doing this just a few seconds ago, yeah, they cut out, and then it's like you can't get them to come back on for whatever reason. It's like you have to activate the reds to get it to do it. So when you activate the reds, you do have the red warning lights. The stop sign and the door open up on their own, which is absolutely awesome. So you have your red lights flashing, and then if you press it again, it should close them or turn it off. Oh, see, this is what it does, is it cycles. So it'll close it when you turn on the ambers, but you got the ambers going, and then the ambers cut out after at some set time, and then that's when you can turn on the reds. So I'll do it over here so you guys can see the door open. So I do have to give credit for this, because the fact that we have working warning lights, both amber and red in sequence, and a stop sign and a door that open up, I mean, that's phenomenal. Not something I would expect on this. So there's a look at your steering, and of course it does move. And then I'll go ahead and close it manually. Let's see. I'm trying to open the roof here. So there's you another look on the inside of the bus, and it is definitely big enough that if a kid was playing with this, they could put their different figures and whatever else on the inside of this bus. And that's really the reason why it's got this sliding roof. To put your different figures and stuff in there. So there's your look from the back, and of course you've got your rear door that can open, and it does open the correct way, which is great. You got your tail lights, which they look like they would light up, but they do not. At least I don't think they do. Nope, they do not. They look like they do, but they do not light up. But I will take the operational warning lights, that actually operate how they would on a real bus. I will take that. I think that's a fantastic little detail. Oh, I meant to turn it off. So we'll turn that off, but headlights go off too, because obviously you turn the bus off. But all in all, this is a really cool RC bus. I know it's aimed at kids, but I mean, honestly, as an enthusiast, this is something that I would have loved to have had as a kid. But I gotta give them credit for, you know, making something like this and the level of detail it has for as big as it is, and as, you know, them making it to where it's not licensed, it's just their own design. I think they did a fantastic job. So I got this one from Target. You can also get them online. At Target, I think they're $49.99. So, you know, that's what they pretty much go for online. You would probably pay more online than you would at Target, because you also have to pay for shipping. So yeah, that is the RC school bus that is driven by Batat. I think I'm saying that right. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll give you another look at it real quick here. There's the back. There's the passenger side. Like I said, a very bulky bus, but definitely really cool. There's the underneath. So, like I said, the bus takes 6 AA's. The remote takes 2. We'll go ahead and switch this off. But all in all, I would say if you are an enthusiast or you know a younger enthusiast, definitely worth the money. Awesome little thing. And I mean, you could even customize it. You could put lettering on it. You could I mean, you could really do whatever you want with it. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think, and yeah.